There's actually a couple things in the market you might want to keep an eye on here. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, those are Marincess statistics. I'm big 30% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can climb up the 100K ladder here. We have about 8 of the King Coal Chamber left, and then 20 of each of these left, and then they're sold out. As you can see, a majority of the other ones have disappeared off the market. I'll leave a link down below so you can pick yours up today. All right, top 10 best-selling cards of the week. These are my favorite articles to look at here. And yes, there's a couple of opportunities not in this article that we'll look at here in a market watch here for things you might want to keep an eye on or just kind of might be like, what? So, of course, you know the Aqua set just came out. It was one of the biggest things here. And number 10 on the buyouts of this week was Fish Sonar. After the train wreck that was my horrible case opening for this, where we pulled 2 of this stupid card. By the way, that profile is coming, in fact. My friend just shipped me the last couple things that I needed. I picked up the Warrior of Atlantis and stuff, so I'll start working on that so you guys can kind of see some sort of water control deck. It's only weeks behind at this point in time, but you know what? It's coming. Also, the fact this thing is only 10 bucks, I would still keep an eye on this card. The further and further we get away from this, I guarantee you that this will go up. It's not like this particular deck has any sort of real like competitive value other than being a floodgate deck, but you know how the competitive player base is with searchers. All right, and especially with a set that a lot of players are just kind of tossing to the side at the moment. Yes, keep an eye on this card. All right, Crystal Shark. Unironically, this coming in at number 9 is very interesting. Honestly, though, anytime the fish players get new support, I mean, it also doubles as a shark card as well. But to be truthful here, a lot more players are going to be more enticed to spend 50 to 60 cents on cards. $2 and maybe 50 cents after shipping for a playset of this card is going to look very inviting to a majority of your competitive player, your player base in general, especially if they're fans of the water stuff. Like, that's the good thing with this. And when you look at like these weekly buyouts, you will see that, you know, having to spend a couple of dollars is a lot more inviting than, you know, 50 to 60. Thanks, droplets. Speaking of droplets here, this stupid thing is still floating about the $60 mark. Remember, this card saved the set. No matter how you look at this Duelist pack and you go, you know, like, this Duelist pack is so bad. I mean, you get a box for price support right now. You open it, you pull a droplet. Congratulations. You literally made your money back. And that's what I love to see with these sorts of sets. All right, yeah, I understand that it's not the most optimal in the world, and it does have another reprint coming along the way, but for the point value that we needed to see right now for this window, this was good. Ocean Dragon Lord Kaioshin. Not a dragon, by the way. The thing you care about with this is each player can only control one face-up non-water monster with the built-in clause of forcing your opponent to send. If you deploy this on the field, this will floodgate off everything extra that your opponent has set up, which is actually nuts. All right, these things are $1.40 right now. Like, for a floodgate walking monster you can deploy under the beautiful Atlantis card, your opponent's just gonna be like, what do I do? Like, this is BS. And I do agree with you. Like, the card is pretty busted. Just imperm it, 5-head. Oh wait, the effect is gonna kick off the minute it hits the field. You can't imperm that. You turn it off, sure, but you're just gonna lose all the monsters. Abyss Shark is a $5 card. To be perfectly honest with you, with this, in combination with the other shark card that we got here, you're $20 into finishing your shark deck. All right, like, hello, penny stonks. All right, now we're getting into the Marincess stuff. Sleepy Maiden. I understand that a lot of players probably looked at this card and went, I'm just going to pick up a playset of these. Considering the fact that these were 24 cents a piece, 25 cents a piece, once again, players are going to be more enticed to pick up their stuff. You'd be surprised how many people just come through and pick up playsets of stuff. Coral Triangle, this thing's busted. Getting to add the Marincess wave so you have this on your climb up is amazing. All right, don't underestimate this. Oh, look, the Searcher has a $15 price tag on it. It's almost like that this was the best card next to Aqua Argonaut in this set to carry things. Who would have guessed? It's, trust me, once you've played Marincess with this card right here, the deck feels amazing in generalized comparison to the other power scales that you've seen in the past. So keep that in mind. Marincess, Aqua Argonaut, the boss monster of monsters here. in combination with the Battle Ocean, this thing is amazing. But it's only got a $2 price point. Like I said, the thing that made Marincess expensive for this set, I mean, obviously being the most competitive theme out of this set, was also the fact that, like, Aqua Argonaut brought this deck together. So, there's that. And then Spring Girl here is basically a $4 card. Interestingly enough here for this, all right, the fact that you could pick up a playset of these on release at like $2 a piece, yeah, I understand like a $3.40 price tag doesn't seem like a huge thing to a lot of people, but like that's a pretty big increase overall. So that's definitely something you're going to want to keep an eye on here. But as you can see, like Marincess was the clear winners in terms of numbers for this event. Like droplets didn't even sell as much as this did, all right? Like, I think that's kind of funny. All right, onwards to the other side of the market. We just looked at this stupid thing the other day, and I saw that these were like $6. Well, not anymore. All of these Korean versions on the market are making you kind of second guess things, and then you get down here, these are basically, you have two unverifieds here at, what, $12, $13, and then you get up here to the $14 mark, and then you hit the $25 paywall for this stupid card. All right, the thing is, this card has become massively generic by a lot of the player base right now, and because of that, you know, availability and people want the original print for this. I mean, the other prints of this thing's not going to break your wallet at all, actually. It's just, for whatever reason, this particular version of it is doing its job. Like, look at this, $2, and then the rare's like 15 to 20 cents. It's always that key original print that players for some reason deem that I want to do. I just want to play a rare for this just to kind of make my opponents go, what are you doing? All right, well, this shouldn't shock anybody. You know, we've watched Win hit that $1,700, $1,400 paywall. Like, we're aware of this. Yesterday, we saw this crash out at the $1,000 mark, and we were just like, why are we doing this? Well, today, Lina joins the market as an $800 collector's rare. Gotta clap for it, ladies and gentlemen. It's redonkulous. All right, like I can't believe the fact that this thing just shattered records. Dahark is heading on up here as well. 330 currently. It's a matter of time. Heat has also been kind of spinning up a little bit as of late here at the 450 mark, and there's still a couple of cheap copies for Asa here in the $250 range. But obviously, once these three are gone, you're climbing back up to that $750 mark. I would say Os is a couple days away from just being destroyed off of the market, but all of your Charmers here are about to just be over $500, and it's so crazy to me that that's what's actually happening on our side of the market. So if this is something that you've been keeping an eye on, or the potential penny stonks on the market, it's alright, man. Let me tell you what. I didn't actually expect to see this ever, but here we are. Speaking of interesting things to consider picking up, I've seen some interesting discussion with this. It's 2 level 7 monsters to make it. This card's attribute is also treated as each of the attached materials attributes. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster of the same attribute. Also cannot be destroyed by the activated effects of your opponent's monsters with the same attribute. In the quick effect, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, attach one or detach one material from this card, and to attach the target to this card as material. You can only use this effect once per turn. Considering the level 7 deck that is coming down the pipeline here, I know a lot of players have been kind of questioning some of the more random stuff to pick up. We saw Diabolsa's the Mind Hacker, for example, being a card that players were picking up, and we saw that card go through like a crazy cycle of being like $2 and doing some other stuff. I would make sure you have one copy of this or 2 copies of this, just in case something happens to it. I don't think it's going to go too crazy, but it's one of those $2 cards after shipping that you just kind of take a look at and go, you know, there could be some sort of physical application for this, especially with the level 7 stuff coming down the pipeline at this point in time. So keep an eye on this. I'm actually kind of curious to see how this and Mind Hacker will actually handle on the secondary market, because it's some pretty interesting stuff overall. So that is today's market. I know, pretty short and sweet and to the point, but Yeah, that's our market as per usual. Guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.